Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Okay, now I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot Royale. Previous reading was the mystical manga, M-A-N-G-A, tarot. So I do apologise that I changed deck after telling you which one I was going to use. So get back onto what I was actually going to read, and that is on the US-Russian talks over Ukraine. Actually, this is taking me on a bit of a different tangent. And what we've got here is the abuse of power, the betrayal, the deceit, the win at any cost, the deception, but people walking away. And we've got the Sun card, a full revelation. Oh, hoping it's not an explosion of some sort, but I'm feeling this is more a full revelation of the bully that nobody wants anything to do with. So, yet again, Russia and US were holding peace talks without Ukraine being in the building. I'm not quite sure how that works, but anyhow. And of course, Russia has reiterated that peace is possible only if Ukraine gives in to Russia's demands. In other words, give us what we want and we will stop attacking you. This frustrates me no end because if Congress at the time, and it was a GOP Congress that blocked it, this was after the midterms in 2020, when the 2021 or whenever they got in, Congress blocked aid to Ukraine, held it up despite Biden's best efforts to get assistance there. If the US had actually just stepped up right from the start, it would have saved a fortune because you wouldn't have had to send as much, and this would have been finished 4 years ago. So it just really, really annoys me no end. Now, the reason why, and going back into history, if you know your history, Ukraine used to actually have nuclear weapons and it used to have quite powerful armaments. And under a treaty that was brokered by the US, they gave up those nuclear weapons, etc., on the proviso, on the agreement that if Russia should attack, the US would protect them. Yep. The world has learnt the very hard way that agreements with the US government doesn't really mean the paper isn't worth the paper it's written on in a lot of instances when it comes to those that are in the pockets of supposed enemies of the allies. Anyhow, getting off my soapbox. Okay, so the tunnel I'm heading down here. So apparently the Kremlin told the Orange Twerp that they would halt attacking the Ukraine energy grid. So apparently the Orange Twerp came out and said, yeah, I've brokered this. They're going to stop attacking the Ukraine energy grid. Well, apparently Monday, Tuesday this week, 32 ballistic missiles and hundreds of drones attacked the energy grid. According to KKK Levitt, the Orange Twerp is unfortunately surprised by the attacks. So, this is a bit of a carry-on. Where this is taking me is we're starting to, change. Something new is coming forward. Something big and new is coming forward. I did have the Five of Swords, which was the bully abuser, out. Then I shuffled and now I've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is telling me, yes, I'm on the right track. And yes, things are being fully exposed. So I want to have a look because apparently the Orange Twerp went on a bit of a rant. I haven't looked it up to confirm it, but I will trust my sources. That the demented one with that seven of cups, the delusional and all the rest of it, is first of all, he's despite what is all going on in the world, he's waffling about resurrecting a statue of Christopher Columbus. Please, when you consider what's happening in both in the United States. So that's that's the dementia distraction happening. Now, remember with his father, they used to get him dressed, send him to the office, and then his personal assistant at the time used to bring him in documents and stuff, fake documents, just to sign and keep him busy as if he's doing important work. Well, he's not doing. It's pretty much the same. It's very much distract him type energy. So, and as I'm shuffling and splitting the deck, we've got end of an era, and is it moving on? Is it chaotically moving on? Is it being prevented from moving on? Or is this something to do with the military coming in? End of an era, moving on, I'm going to say. So moving him on. Okay, my guys just said moving him on. And it will be chaotic to move him on. So apparently the orange twerp's also going off his nana because Shady has not come out in his support in regards to what's coming out in the Epps files. Oh, that's a berserker. They are on the, sorry. Susan Lynn's been using the term berserker. Or go berserk, that the people in the streets, and I have seen sadly that there will be arms taken up by the people in certain areas before this is over. But yeah, the berserkers used to, back in Viking times, chomp on, drugged up and chomping on the top of this shield. Okay, so why am I getting berserker as well? I'm getting it in a different format. I'm getting the drugged up chewing on the top of the shield. I'm not getting it in as the attack form. Also got the seven of swords. Lies, deceit, betrayal, but fox in the hen house, the slyness. So what I'm really getting, and then the end of the era. So the orange twerp, Shady's gone silent, not supporting him. Really feels like they're about to shift him out. And he knows it. He knows it, but the drugged up shield chewing berserker, who's that? Dandelion tea, good for the liver. Why am I getting the top of on the shield? Why am I getting that? Nightmare situation. What do we got? 9 of swords, 9 of cups, so 2 9s just before a 10. Be careful what you wish for, and there's the 10. The 10 of, it's too much. It's too much. There's a load that they just can't carry anymore. Show me, who is the, there's the 10 of swords, the 9 of wands and the 10 of swords. The ending, the taking out of the orange twerp is imminent. Who's the berserker? Who is the berserker that I'm getting? Sorry about the graphics there. Oh, man. Who is the berserker that I'm getting? That's going nuts, chewing on the shield. Who is the berserker that they're having to hold back? Okay. Who is the berserker? 5 of cups. Facing a loss, facing a betrayal. Might even be the orange twerp himself. Hyped up, drugged up, wanting to unleash, having to be held back, going nuts. But the 5 of cups, the betrayal, the heartbreak, the loss. Who's the berserker? See where it goes. Challenged by be careful what you wish for. Might be Shady. Someone's being betrayed here. Someone's feeling left out, lost. I just got Rubio, actually. Rubio, be careful what you wish for. Okay, let's see where this goes. Holding a tight leash on the orange twerp. Down the bottom. Could be Miller. Let's see where it goes. In the past, the plan from the past. There was a plan, but hasn't been enacted. Grounding the reading, trying to keep things under Four of Pentacles, trying to keep things under wraps, someone in the shadows looking at their opportunity, waiting for their opportunity. Who is this berserker? Page of Wands. Information being presented, the plan being presented. But we've got the Wheel of Fortune here. Karma coming, biting them on the backside, things changing, the wheel turning, potentially trying to turn the wheel. Okay, this is the immediate future. Watch for somebody that comes out with an announcement to try and set up themselves as the next president. I don't know that it's Shady. I'm sure Shady does imbibe, but he hasn't got that feel about him. This feels Rubio, I was going to say Miller-esque, but it feels Rubio. Okay, let's see where it goes. Internally, Knight of Swords, bringing forward a sword of truth or rushing in rashly. Internally, trying to force change. Right, the Chariot, the hopes and fears. Is it Hexeth? Because this is my military card. Okay, I'm going to ask some yes and no's about this because they're disappointed with what they've been offered as the outcome and the High Priestess, secrets being revealed, and the Fool. And a lot of it's going to come out really quickly. Whoever this is, and the Judgment card. The Judgment card. The lies. The Seven of Swords. Whomever, they see themselves as a star, but they're getting torn down with that Five of Wands. You've got the Moon card, and they are on the outer, so they're planning on enacting their own plan, bringing their ship into harbour. Someone that's on the outside, potentially, of the decision making at the moment. That wouldn't be Rubio, is it? Heggs. Okay. Who's this? Who is this? Let me go yes, no cards and pull some names. Don't give me more than one. Is it? I split the deck to say, is it Heggs? And there's the yes. Yes, 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 yes. And the deck's sort of half up the wrong way. And if I keep going, yes. And it was yes as well at that split. It's Heggs. Heggs is Heggs some sort of deal going with Rubio? He thinks yes, but Rubio might be thinking no, because that's a blank. Because it's blank and no, 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 no on that side. We've got yes, 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 yes on that side. Hex, does Hex think he's got some sort of agreement going with Rubio for a position of power? Oh boy. So is the berserker that I keep getting, is that Hegseth? Is that Hegseth? And thinks he's got some sort of deal with Rubio. They're bypassing Shady completely. The factions on the inside here are just, the infighting is just phenomenal at the moment. At the moment, they're just quietly shafting each other behind the scenes. The Moon and the Knight of Cups. What was that card that wanted to come out? And the Queen of Cups. So there's some sort of, and there's the steel on the bottom again. So does Hex have some sort of deal with Rubio? I think he's been promised something by a false knight that he's keeping a lid on. That he's not coming forward with. He's trying to keep under wraps. Some sort of lunacy path forward. Oh man, you wouldn't want to be in this cabinet. They've just got knives out for each other everywhere. Inability, yeah, he was lied to, and there's an inability here to reap what was sowed. So is Rubio going to betray something that he promised? There was the devil. That he promised to Hegseth. Is Rubio going to... Sorry about this. It's all part of I was going to say side stepping, but I'm getting side swiping of DJT. As I said, KKK Levitt's now come out and said, unfortunately, he was surprised because the Kremlin had given him a promise. The Kremlin's not dealing with... Okay. Right. Knight of Swords, doing something rash, challenged by the Star. Whoever wants to be the Star, he's going to find himself disappointed. This is Hegseth. Was he promised something by Rubio? There's the promise in the past. And here's the Nine of Cups. Be careful what you wish for, because your cup's getting pooped in. The immediate future, action being taken, stepping up. Externally, the Knight of Pentacles, mercenaries, the mercenary military. However, there's a judgment moment, trying to keep things under wraps, stealing and lying, and then restricted, because there is the King of Swords appearing because of overreach and manipulation, and some sort of agreement that's going to collapse with the Lover's card. And then we've got the Four of Swords. Somebody's going down in regards to this. Six of Swords, moving on, moving the devil on. And those behind the scenes making some sort of agreement in the past. There were promises made here that will, and then we've got the Justice card. Actions having consequences. Okay, can I just ask, sorry about going down this blindsided rabbit hole, but it's nothing to do with what I initially noted down. Has Rubio made promises to Heggs to get control of the military? let me have a look, has Rubio, because whomever controls the military controls the government, as we know from coups in other countries. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the card that they threw out at me. No, I'll keep shuffling. I'm pretty sure I saw the lovers, well, contracts and agreements there. Let's keep going. Did Rubio make some sort of promise to Hegseth? Because I get that Hegseth is the berserker. Two of Swords, yep. Strategies, decisions. Did Rubio make promise to Hegseth to gain control of the military? No, keep shuffling, they said. That was just me being lazy saying, come on, isn't it enough? Okay, right. Homeland Security. Queen of Pentacles. So there's some sort of strategy in place about for homeland security. Challenge being an opportunity was presented with that Page of Pentacles. We've got the mercenary in the past. And a plan, big plan, yes, a plan. The plan was presented in the immediate future. However, there are boundaries here. There are guardrails in place. But this plan is being presented. It's to do with, again, a 2, juggling the opportunity to bring the ship into harbour. Another 2, that's 3 2s so far, about agreements, opportunities, discussions that were had, the hopes and fears of the people, we the people, rising up. Got strength. Right, we've got all 4 2s out on the table. About options, about the way forward. 2 of Wands, strength in the option and ending, the Death card. Significant ending. And then on the back foot, defensive. We've got the illusion, smoke and mirrors, shell game, abuse of power, win at any cost. The choice is going to be, there's going to be no choice here, as in Five of Swords, the win at any cost, the deceit, the betrayal. That's my D&I Haynes and her report. And we've got the Three of Cups then coming together in celebration. Contracts and agreements are going to be fully exposed. So on the bottom, you wouldn't believe the Tower, and in relation to whatever this is, this opportunity that's been presented. I'm going to say yes, because we've got yes and yes and yes, and then we've got all these opportunities and mercenary. I'm going to say yes. I think, oh boy, I'm going to say yes. I think Hex was offered in exchange for, and there's the military, in exchange for the military, taking over the military. But it wasn't by The Orange Twerp, and it wasn't by Vance. I'm getting Rubio and Miller. Okay, thank you. It's Rubio and Miller. God, the factions are just unbelievable. Okay. So at the moment they're choosing sides around the world. They're choosing sides. And the Orange Twerp is not one of the sides that anybody is choosing from the looks of it. The sides that are now being chosen are the Shady, who would be Shady? The Shady Wiles side versus the Rubio Miller side. Okay. See how it plays out. Catch you later.